Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another fabulous interview with another amazing woman from all over the world. My name is Galit, Ventura, Rozen, and this is the Successful Woman's Mindset Book Launch Summit. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Paula Blackwell. Hello, Paula. Paula, where are you live from? Which city do you live in?
Well, I live in Houston, Texas, but I'm currently in Chicago.
Really?
Yes.
How wonderful. I just interviewed a lovely lady that lives in Chicago right before you.
I saw that. I did see that. Yeah.
I did. I saw that you were watching.
Yeah.
So that is one. Well, they're both great cities.
Yes, we love Houston. Love Houston.
Houston and Chicago. So you're rocking it there. I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you, and then I'm excited to learn more about you and what you do to empower other women. And I will get right back to that and jump right in. I always forget and get sidetracked, and then I forget to introduce how lovely you are. So Paula Sanders Blackwell is a native of Birmingham, Alabama. She is the CEO of Recraft Ministry, and she currently lives in Houston, Texas, as she mentioned. She's the wife of Riddell Blackwell, the love of her life, which I loved reading that. Our lives began in 2014, and we are still newlyweds. Together, we merged 4 kids and a dog. How much fun! Either you merge or you bring them in. I brought them in. I brought in 2 dogs into my relationship. She attended the Bass Memorial Academy and graduated in 1986, is the daughter of a minister and nurse practitioner. So it's in your blood to give back.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It says here that she attended Oakwood College, and her parents were almost killed in a car accident in 1989. After coming home and taking care of them, she graduated from Stillman College as an educator and entrepreneur, and she teaches her students to use the skills she teaches to further their independence, and she loves reading and loves writing. So a little bit more about Paula there. Paula, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
This is fun. So tell everybody what the Successful Woman's Mindset means to you.
Well, recently I sat through a workshop because as educators, we go through these classes. And one of the things the guy said to us about having a growth mindset. And so I thought, what a great concept. And I think women who are successful are ever growing and we're ever learning. And so I think that most women who are successful have a purpose. I believe that God has given us a purpose on this planet. And as we live out our day, we try to fulfill that purpose. So I think successful women know their purpose and they are ever changing and ever growing.
Oh, that's such a perfect. I'm going to go through all these interviews, and I think I'm going to quote each woman with her definition and use it on my website for the book, because they are all perfect definitions. And I don't believe that there's one, but they all kind of work together and interchange. Yeah. One of the things that I talk about in one of the first chapters in my book is the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset, which it sounds like you learned about that.
Absolutely. And it was a great time for me to kind of reflect, because even as an educator, we want to teach our students, and I'm an educator in Recraft as well. I teach women how to recraft their life. And so that is important to have the mindset that we're ever growing and ever learning.
Yes. One of the statements I use at least 2 or 3 times in my book is called, "She is a work in progress." Mm-hmm. So I love that you put it in. It covers, she is a work in progress. It covers, she is always open to learn. I mean, Paula, I didn't even prep you, and you already covered 3 of the chapter titles for me. Thank you. Tell us how, I know, it's so fun. Alignment is the best thing. Tell us how you yourself embody the Successful Woman's Mindset and how you help your clients embody.
Well, I'm Recraft in motion. I'm a ever-present fulfill of God's purpose. So I believe God has given me a daily purpose. So every day I start out with asking him, what is it that we're going to do today? So for me, I believe it's living out what God has asked me to do and being able to discover each day what he puts in front of me, whether it be my students, whether it be my clients. So I started Recraft after I got divorced and needed to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with my life? And so I realized that I needed to reboot revamp. And I came up with the term recraft because I believe that God crafts us. And so as a result of that, I started the Recraft Ministries, and I've been going across the country explaining to women that divorce is not the end. There is a new day coming. And here's what you can do with that new day. And here's some tools that you can use to recraft your life. And so that's what I teach. And my workshop is online, it's 5 weeks. And sometimes I go and meet with them, and sometimes I meet with them online. So that's kind of what we do here at Recraft Ministry.
I love that. And so you're sharing what you live and breathe every day with your students or clients. Some of us call them students, some clients, it doesn't matter. As an educator, a lot of times they're students, and you're sharing with them that, hey, you should live with a purpose. And if you're passionate about what you do, and then if you continue to believe in yourself, and probably so many more amazing things that you're sharing with them so they in themselves can embody the successful woman's mindset.
Absolutely.
I love that. And one of the things that you said that I'm going to point out, that I'm also divorced. I was married. I was with my past beloved for 20 years. And I've been blessed as well with somebody amazing just like you in this next chapter of my life. If anybody's watching, I just want to point that piece out. This talk is not about that, but I just think it resonates with so many people when they see someone like me and you, Paul, and think, oh, they have it all together and their lives are perfect. Oh no, we've gone through our share. Divorce is not fun. I do not wish it on my worst enemy, but it was part of the journey for Paula and I. And I just want you to see that if you're going through something like that, or if you've gone through something like that, there is another side to it.
Absolutely. And there's a brighter day coming. But we give tools so that people can recraft, so that they don't make the same mistakes twice, and that they learn from their mistakes and move forward, because I believe that we have to learn from everything that we do. And this is the reason why this is so important to me.
Absolutely. And haven't you found that if you do not step up and take that lesson or learn from it, that it'll just keep showing up again and again?
I have a saying that I wrote in a book, Lessons from My Hard Head.
There you go.
And the book has a saying, and it says, if you don't take it in the wind, you will get it in the whirlwind. So if you don't learn that lesson the first time, in that wind, that hurricane will come too. So
it just keeps coming back. Yeah. I have had the most, it's interesting because I never say as we get older, I say as we get wiser. As we get wiser, I tend to learn more and more how if I don't pay attention to it, it will show up again and again, maybe in a different situation, but it's really trying to teach me the same thing that I wasn't either. It's not always that I'm not willing to listen. So please notice, it's not that you're not willing to learn. It's sometimes you weren't ready at that moment for the entire lesson. So you got a part of it. And now it shows up again. You've got that experience and knowledge. Okay, let's see how you can handle it now.
Yeah, but some of us are hard-headed.
Yeah.
And
most of us are hard-headed.
So I think a lot of times we see it, but we don't believe what we see.
That's true.
We hope, I hope it'll work itself out. And realizing that we're not dealing with the issue at hand. So sometimes those things happen. There are a lot of times he gives you bits and pieces so that you can start to feel and come into it. But there's sometimes we just gonna hit our head, and we're gonna hit our head, and we're gonna hit our head until we learn this is not the way to go. So I think a lot of times it just depends on the lesson. And I believe that those people who are not trying to learn the hard way, sometimes they learn it the first time and they're good.
I love that.
I don't happen to be one of those people.
I think with me, it's within time. So again, as I get wiser, I recognize, stop being so stubborn or hard-headed, as you said, and just recognize, just deal with it, own it. One of my chapters in my book is she owns her failures and mistakes. Absolutely. And why did I write that? Because I had to learn. I only, as you did in your book, I only write what I've lived and learned. And right. When you sit there and go, okay, I messed up. This is on me. Stop blaming the world, stop blaming your circumstances, and just recognize it. And don't get me wrong, I recognize there's a lot of stuff out of there that's out of your control, and some of it is not your doing. But when it is, stop. and just go, okay, this is on me. What can I do differently? How can I make this different? Instead of worrying about everybody else doing it.
This is true. Very true.
I love that you put that in your book. It's just that alignment of women such as you and I and other, I'm interviewing 23 women in these series that really are out there trying to live their purpose, making an impact, and wanting to just help others find their way to it. So Paula's sitting here saying, hey, look, I put together Recraft because I know that there's a place where if you're not happy with your life, if you're not happy with what's happening, we can show you a different way, because there's always another way.
Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you. Share with everybody what your free gift is that you're offering them today.
So we're offering our free guide, Recraft guide. It's on our website. It's paulablackwell.com/recraftyourlife. You click on that link and you can download that guide. It's free for you guys. If you want to sign up on our website, you're welcome to do so. We send a newsletter out once a quarter, just to let you know what we're doing. And so we're excited to offer this free gift to you all.
And I'm sure you're offering a lot of great tips in that newsletter and as well in that book. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you check it out. We'll make sure we put the link below the video. If this is in replay, it'll be in the email. If you're watching this live, please click on it. Paula will make sure she puts it below. And how can everybody get a hold of you, Paula, to learn more about working with you?
Well, I'm paulablackwell.com. Or you can reach Paula Principles on Facebook or Instagram. You can DM me, or you can email me at info@paulablackwell.com as well.
We make it pretty easy, don't we?
We're really good.
We're not trying to hide from people. We want to work with people. We want to help them. So we're going to make it really easy for you to find us, to work with us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you so much, Paula. It was such a pleasure talking to you, pleasure getting to know you. I love your energy. I love your passion and excitement for wanting to make this world a better place. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody watching, my name is Galit Ventura Rozen. You can learn more about Paula at paulablackwell.com, as well as my new book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, at thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com. And I will see you soon at the next interview.